19 famous logos with hidden secrets. Who knew that so many of the famous logos we see on a regular basis from Coca-Cola to Amazon.com have several meanings or even hidden secrets? Here's a full explanation and plenty of surprises hidden within some of the most recognizable logos around. Number 19. FedEx. This famous logo has earned praise amongst designers largely thanks to the subliminal arrow between the E and the X, meant to represent the speed and precision that FedEx is constantly striving for. We're not kidding when we say the logo has earned praise. It's won over 40 awards and was named one of the 8 best logos of the last 35 years in the Rolling Stone 35th Anniversary American Icon issue. Number 18. Wendy's. When Wendy's unveiled this new logo a few years back in an effort to try to reinvent itself, there was one crazy coincidence that wasn't so obvious but didn't take long for some to pick up on. A quick disclaimer, once you see this, you can't unsee it. The ruffles on the Wendy's grill spell out the word mom. Number 17. Baskin-Robbins. Strangely enough, there are layers of explanations behind the famous Baskin-Robbins symbol. Not only does it spell out the initials of the shop, BR, but it also has a pink 31 hidden within the BR. That 31 is meant to convey the company's belief that everyone should have the chance to try a new ice cream flavor every single day of the month. We like ice cream as much as anyone else, but every day of the month? Nice try, but we don't think so, Baskin-Robbins. It's summer, and we need to maintain our summer bods. Number 16. Tostitos. Like most of these logos, once you see the double or hidden meaning in the image, you can't unsee it. So again, fair warning here. If you look closely at the famous Tostitos brand logo, the second and third T's are also supposed to be two people. And they're getting ready, of course, to dip a giant chip into a bowl of salsa, which also doubles as the dot in the eye. Number 15. Pinterest. The designers of the Pinterest logo tried to avoid incorporating a pin because it was just too obvious. Well, apparently it was unavoidable, as the P in the familiar logo doubles as a pin. Number 14. Hershey's Kisses. Sometimes when someone shares a Hershey's Kisses with someone else, they may receive a secret kiss. Little did you know that you're also seeing a secret kiss every time you look at the Hershey's Kisses logo. If you turn your head to the left and look between the K and the I in Kisses, then you'll see the secret kiss that you maybe never saw or received before. Number 13. Coca-Cola. This is a bit of a stretch to be sure, but the flag of Denmark can be made out of the space between the O and the L in the Coca-Cola logo. The company took advantage of this coincidence in 2013 when they left flags inside a giant Coke poster in a Copenhagen airport, which was done copying the Danish tradition of handing out flags. Number 12. HACI. Here's an awesome example of effective negative space usage, a lot like the FedEx logo. HACI, or Hope for African Children's Initiative, used the white space in their logo to create both the outline of the continent of Africa and a child looking up at its mother. Good art school, kids. Number 11. Toblerone. We're hungry just thinking about Toblerone. And hey, so is that bear you may or may not have noticed climbing the mountain that makes the Toblerone symbol. So now that you know that there's a bear, what the hell is it there for? I mean, it's pretty cool, but why? The confection is owned by Mondelez International, which started in Bern, Switzerland, a city that has a famous association with the giant animals. Does it really matter though? Don't you just want what's inside the packaging? We do. Number 10. Amazon.com. It's pretty easy to see that the swooshing yellow arrow beneath the Amazon.com lettering in the company logo makes a smile. The same reaction the company hopes a customer would experience by shopping on their website. But it also starts at the letter A and ends pointing at the letter Z, a less obvious nod to the fact that they sell everything from A to Z. Number 9. Milwaukee Brewers. Though it was only used from 1978 to 1993, they should bring it back. This logo for the Milwaukee Brewers was impressive, to say the least. Most see a baseball mitt with a ball held within. If you look closely though, the mitt and ball also spell out MB, the initials for the team name. The current logo is devoid of hidden meanings, as far as we know, and is quite frankly pretty boring. Number 8. The Atlanta Falcons. Since they just made it to the Super Bowl, you may have seen the logo of the Atlanta Falcons a lot in recent times. Did you ever notice that the bird in the logo also spells out the letter F? Well, if you never saw it before, now you know. Number 7. Jack in the Box. We're not sure why this was done, but the O and the X in this Jack in the Box logo are joined. It looks like a fish, more specifically a Jesus fish. Perhaps they were trying to promote a new fish sandwich, or it could just be a coincidence. You can also see that the C and the K in Jack also meet. Number 6. Cisco. It's no surprise that Cisco chose to incorporate a digital signal into their widely recognizable logo. They were able to do so while also throwing a shout out to where they're from. The logo is also meant to be an abstract version of the famous Golden Gate Bridge, which is located near where their headquarters can be found, San Francisco. Number 5. MGM. The MGM lion that roars viewers into every movie made by the studio has become iconic. But did you ever take a minute and wonder how that lion logo was created? We did, and here's what we dug up. There's a picture circulating the internet that seems to suggest that a lion was strapped down to a table, with his face facing a camera to create the image. This is completely false. The image seems to have been photoshopped and is actually a lion receiving medical treatment at a zoo. The actual story behind the creation of the logo is as follows. There were 7 lions used throughout MGM's history. They would be filmed in their cage and were always very well trained. A cameraman, and of course a lion trainer, would be present during filming. Number 4. Sun Microsystems. Though the guy that designed the Sun Microsystems logo was a computer science professor and had no prior experience arts and design, he did a masterful job. He managed to turn the logo into an ambigram, or a type of design that spells a word out in various directions. So no matter which way you turn the Sun Microsystems logo, you will still see the word sun, making the word, much like the actual sun, hard to avoid.
Number 3.
NBC. Okay, so you probably knew that the NBC logo is a peacock, but there's a few other hidden meanings in that famous logo. For starters, the peacock is facing right, which isn't just a random decision, but shows that the network is always looking to the future. Its 6-colored tail represents all of NBC's departments: news, sports, entertainment, stations, networks, and production. Several versions were marched out, including the Laramie peacock, which was used in the 60s and early 70s, before they finally settled on the current version in 1986.
Number 2.
The Chicago Bulls. We hear that the red tips of the bull's horn in the Chicago Bulls symbol are meant to represent the blood of the vanquished opponent. We're not sure if that's true, but what's hard to debate is that if you turn that same logo upside down, you get an image that looks an awful lot like a robot reading a book. Don't believe us? Check it out for yourself. See? We told you. Alright, be honest. How many of these logos did you know about before you watched the video? Let us know in the comments section, and as always, we want to thank whoever watched and stuck around this long. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, and we'll be sure to keep the videos coming. And don't forget to check out
Number 1.
Tour de France. If you look at the lettering in the Tour de France logo, you'll notice a very cool piece of art. The R in Tour is actually a cyclist in racing position, with the yellow circle behind the R signifying that the race takes place during the day.